The economy is crashing and the gold and silver price will go through the roof. Are we in a new world, a new paradigm for the precious metals prices? Should we listen to what the smartest guys in the room are saying, or would we benefit more by listening to the guys who the smartest guys in the room listen to? We're going to do that today as we explore this potential, or maybe we'll say likelihood, that we are indeed in a new environment, a new paradigm for the precious metals prices. It's getting interesting. Let's dig in right now. If things feel crazy to you, well, that's because they are crazy, and it's not just you and me that feel that way. Let's listen to what Jim Grant has to say. He writes a newsletter called the Grant Interest Rate Observer. It's highly, highly regarded within the financial community, and there's one paragraph in particular that I believe sums everything up that's going on right now. Let's dig into this and see what he has to say, which is, I think gold ought not trade as an inflation hedge, but as an investment in monetary disorder. Feels like we have some of that right now, doesn't it? Of which we surely have enough in the world. Jim agrees with us. So it's a question of getting people interested in the problem and then getting them interested in the solution. People waking up, which feels like is starting to happen. We're getting mainstream media talking about the $33 trillion in national debt, for instance, that the United States has. If you want to go back and look at the long cycles, it might just be that 50 odd years since the end of Bretton Woods and the end of the dollar's convertibility to gold, that cycle is ending, right? That paradigm shift is occurring right now. If you're looking to buy gold, silver, or platinum, do yourself a favor and check out Pimbex, the online precious metals bullion dealer and sponsor of Ron's Basement. I was a happy customer before they offered to support the channel. You'll find they have the best prices, quality, and service. I think Pimbex is best, and you will too. And be sure to tell them that you're from Ron's Basement. It might be that paper money, in the historian's retro perspective views, will seem to have been a failure. Yeah, we talk about, right, paper money, electronic money, unicorn fart dust money, and that the world is going to charge back on the unconstrained central bank credit creation and unconstrained sovereign borrowing. Maybe that's one way to look at it. It's the way that I tend to look at these things, longer term, historical trends. And 50 years in the history of money is about the blink of an eye. I think that paragraph sums it up beautifully, what's going on right now. Hey, look, guys, I understand. It feels like things never change until they do. It happens very gradually, and then it happens very, very suddenly. First Mining Gold is a development company advancing two of the largest gold projects in Canada. Springpole in Ontario and Duparquet, located in Quebec, each already has 5 million ounces of gold reserves, but exploration initiatives are underway at both projects to find even more gold. First Mining is well-financed, has zero debt, and owns an interest in 4 additional Canadian gold development projects. If we look back over history, right, 500 years, 5,000 years, whatever period you want to look at, one thing we can see for sure, big major changes do occur, and they probably always took people by surprise. We suffer from recency bias, right? Everything's always been this way. My money's always been safe in the bank. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just pointing out the fact that if we look at history, big major changes do occur. And Jim Grant, who's someone someone who's looked up to by the smartest people in the room, he's pointing that out, and he's pointing out what I perceive as a new era for the precious metals. He talked specifically about gold at the beginning of the paragraph. Who else is pointing towards big trouble? Stan Druckenmiller, right? One of the most, he managed money for George Soros for many years. He's sounding the alarms on many levels when it comes to the U.S. financial situation and the economy as well. We also have our good friend Bill Ackman from Pershing Square Capital, right? Billionaire, billions of dollars he manages. He's sounding the alarms about where we are right now. The one true safety mechanism, the safe harbor that we can count on. And we're hearing more and more people, even like Ray Dalio from Bridgewater Capital. The one safe harbor is gold, silver, precious metals. They've worked throughout all these long periods of history. And when these veterans, who are considered to be who the smartest people in the room look up to, are sounding the alarms, maybe we, even if we're just basement dwellers, or we are basement dwellers, we should pay attention as well. Things could get very interesting. In my opinion, we're going to see a new era of price and value recognition for things like gold, silver, platinum, palladium, oil, anything real. Farmland, I would include in that as well. The world is changing like no other time during my lifetime. Hey, maybe I'm wrong, but I choose to pull my head out of the sand, and I know you do too, and look around. Listen to what the visionaries, the people who really dig into this stuff, and you know what? That includes you and me as well. We're looking out for ourselves, our families. We want to survive what's coming down the pike. It's going to be interesting. You know I'm going to be here with you through it all. Thanks for joining me today in the basement. Why don't you subscribe to the channel? It's free, and you can always give this a thumbs up. That helps get the word out to more people. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you soon.